Looking for a place for the whole family? Come down to the Toucan Mall in Amelia's Ward, Linden. It's the mall that has it all. We have great food, a relaxing atmosphere, and activities for all ages. Tennis, swimming, and a playground. But the fun doesn't stop after dark. There's even a bar and an arcade. And if you aren't ready to go home yet, we've even got a spacious room for your comfort, complete with air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and a private bathroom. The Toucan Mall can also facilitate your event in our spacious conference hall. We also have a theater with films for the entire family. It's the Toucan Mall located in Amelia's Ward, Linden.
Okay, a very good evening to all of my friends and well wishers and all of you who are waiting for us to be on the air. Welcome to our program once again. This is a new, I would say, an experiment that we've just embarked on. We're trying to see how we can have this done in the future, since COVID has made us change a lot of things. We've gone through many changes and we continue to make adjustments and adapting to different formats and formulas. So this is a new format that we're testing this afternoon, and we're feeling that it's going to be fine. And once it works this way, then it will make life a lot easier for all of us. Welcome to our program, and this is your live version today, Thursday, December 3rd, 2020. Now, what happens normally, I would talk about different things, and we would look at ways and means of trying to provide you with information that has to do with the holidays and all sorts of things. Now, we know that the season for COVID is here. There's nothing we can do about the COVID except to stay away from those persons who may be suspect of having some condition, maybe with a cough or lots of sneezing and, fevers and all sorts of things that give you an indication that there is a problem. You want to stay far away from those people. And you also want to not gather, with persons too much, because you don't know who has what. And it doesn't have to be COVID. It could be something else. It could be pneumonia. It could be bronchitis. It could be TB. It could be a virus of some other type. But you want to wear your mask as much as you need to, and breathe when you can, because the mask sometimes makes me cough, and I don't have a reason to cough except that the mask may be, creating some sort of a condition that causes me to want to cough, so I would cough. And when I take off the mask, I'm fine. And it probably happens to some of you. Some of you also are having problems with your area where the mask is covering on your face. You may end up with rashes or boils and all sorts of things. And I have a suggestion for you, because we had something that was sent which indicated that persons are being infected from their own mask. Persons are having problems with their faces because of their own mask. Why? You don't wash your mask. You don't sanitize your mask. You wear the same mask over and over all the time, and you're not washing it. Or you're not discarding the old one and getting another one. So the bacteria that you would have accumulated from whatever areas you were in and whatever exposure you had ends up becoming a problem for your face and causing some sort of a fungus or something that causes you to have a reaction. And you may have a marking on your face from your own mask, from your own self, right? So my advice to you is to wash your mask, because there was a survey that was done on masks that were worn by persons. And you'd be amazed at the amount of viruses and bacteria that were discovered on a single mask. I don't know if my operator had that queued up to show, but I had sent it to her to queue up so we could have you take a look at it to see what was done and what was found. You will be amazed to know that your own mask can give you a problem. Okay? So my advice to you is to wash your mask daily or change them daily, because you don't know what you picked up during the time when you were wearing that mask. Okay? Now I'm not sure what the numbers are here now, but I know in many parts of the world the numbers are going up and persons continue to be reinfected and are reinfecting others because they're not following the guidelines. Okay? I have a lot of questions about the COVID-19 coronavirus, and as you would know, I would have discussed many aspects of, this and scenarios regarding uh, what I feel about this virus. But what I know is that there are people who are suffering very badly. There are people who are dying from it, or dying as a result of complications from the virus, and or dying with conditions or from conditions that were pre-existing but are dying during the period of COVID, or that who may have been a little, maybe infected a little with the virus, but the virus was not the catapult that created the problem. It may have been a pre-existing condition which took an effect and took the toll or took the life of the person. So, there are lots of questions. There are lots of scenarios and lots of concerns that surround the coronavirus. Now, this the other scenario now has to do with the vaccine. Many persons are asking me questions about this vaccine. Doc, what do you think about the vaccine? Doc, should I take it? Doc, should I? Um, I am of the opinion that vaccines do work. Okay, I wouldn't say they don't work. They do work, but prevention works best. Prevention works best. In other words, just build your immune system. Build it and keep building it. Don't stop building it. Because in the end, what you have to protect you is your immune system. Okay? So you don't want to stop building your immune system. Just keep building your immune system and you're going to be protected. All right? If you want to take the vaccine, you may be, I hope that we're not going to be forced to take the vaccine, but there are lots of conspiracy theories out there about what's going to happen with the vaccine and what the vaccine contains, and um, what all is going to be placed in the vaccine. There's so many things we're hearing. There's a lot of stuff we're hearing, but I am hoping that those are not true, and that those persons who are in need of a vaccine, when they do take the vaccine, that the vaccine will help them at least to protect them for a period of time. Now, you know that the vaccines don't really protect you forever, okay? Because the persons who would have taken the flu vaccines and end up having the flu the next time it came along, and when the flu season came along, or vice versa. So the vaccine will create or serve a purpose, but in my opinion, everyone would not need a vaccine. Everyone does not need the vaccine, but we don't know what the authorities are going to come up with next. If the vaccine is going to be a general requirement, they may have all sorts of things, all sorts of restrictions that may be put in place just to make sure everybody take the vaccine. We don't know. I don't know that, but let's cross that bridge when we get there. In the meantime, follow the guidelines. Just keep your safe distance, wear your mask, don't gather. It's hard not to gather because, it's Christmas season, it's coming on. And you're gonna have to affiliate with your family members and your close friends, and um, it's difficult to actually stay completely away from people. Very difficult. But what you want to do is to the persons who you are familiar with, that you know may not possess the virus, then hopefully you will be safe. That is, if you were not exposed to someone else. So contact tracing, all of that becomes important because you don't know who you went with or who you were near to that was maybe exposed to the virus and may contain or possess the virus. So the coronavirus has made a big difference in the whole world, and it has changed our lives tremendously in many ways. And there's some people who are, and some organizations who are actually taking advantage of this virus situation, and it needs to stop. And people need to come clean with all sorts of things that they're put together to deal with this virus. So in the meantime, just build your immune system and continue to take your antioxidants, eat healthy foods. I think we need to look more at providing foods which are basically um, chemical free as much as we can. We are producing our foods with a lot of chemicals, and those chemicals can take a toll on your body system. It can take a toll on your immune system, and it will. So we need to somehow uh, try to practice producing more foods naturally. Okay. Um, as much as I can say, most of the persons who produce foods, like the vegetables and the greens and all that, they use chemicals to protect them from flies or insects and all, those sort of things. But those chemicals get into those produce and then they get into your bodies and then they create a problem. Up to today, we're finding a whole lot of chemicals in people. So, we have to get more into organic production and using less chemicals. We need to get there. All right. Now, what I normally would do this time of the year, as you would know, is give out the recipe for the pepper pot and the garlic chunks and uh, the cake, right? So you can call your friends, call your relatives, let them know that the program is on. It's on live too, and I'm right here in your yes. For those of you who came to know, I am here, and we are working live at the clinic, and many persons were surprised, who had to have their follow-ups done. They were surprised to see me here, but I'm here. This is home, so don't be surprised that I'm here. All right, and we're going to take some calls tonight. Also, we're going to test that out. Except that you're going to call one number, and I'm going to try to see how best we could make this work for you with your questions that you may have. Okay, so if you have any questions, you write them down, and you may have had some from last week. I don't know, but I ask you to just save your questions, and um, this program we will try to answer as many as possible. Some of you may have had a whole lot of questions, and hopefully may have gotten some answers too because it's been so long. I hope you had some answers for those questions because it's been about 7 months since we had a live question and answer program, right? So we had one last week in a way, and hopefully we'll have another one today. But save your questions, and you're going to call the 231-6477 number, and I'm going to answer. You're going to hear my voice, and I'm going to answer you, and I'll try to see how best I can assist you with resolving your problem. Okay? All right, we're going to do this in 3 segments. We're going to do the first segment, which is now, we're going to do the veggie pepper pot. Okay? The veggie pepper pot is not just for vegetarians. The veggie pepper pot could be eaten by anyone who enjoys pepper pot. Right? This formula is one that is old but good, excellent, because this is the formula that was used to make the pepper pot that I eat. Right? So first of all, you have to purchase, or if you have at home, half a pound of chunks. Right? This is the soy chunks. 1 pound of, or 1 tin of the veggie steak. Right? 1 tin of the chocolates. So you have the chunks, half a pound. This the vegetable steak and the chocolates. Right? You're gonna have your casrip. You're gonna obtain your casrip, your good casrip from Cameroon or wherever you get it from. You're gonna have 1 ounce of spice, that's mixed spice, right? Half ounce of clove, 1 ounce of spice or cinnamon, half an ounce of clove, half ounce of clove. You're gonna have maybe orange peel from 1 orange. Okay, one orange peel. Just peel off the skin of the orange and you put that there. 1 ounce of star aniseed. 1 ounce of star aniseed. I would suggest that you use maybe half of a tablespoon of salt. Okay, about half of a tablespoon of salt. And you're also going to use pepper, right? Pepper. If you're going to use the pepper whole or you're going to use it already made, but I prefer to use the real pepper, the wrong one that is nice and tasty. Okay, you want to put the pepper to taste the way you want the pepper to burn your mouth. Okay, 6 leaves of broadleaf thyme, 6 leaves of broadleaf thyme, 1/4 ounce of fine leaf thyme. You're going to use some oil, maybe about 1/4 pint of oil. You're going to add some sea moss to this pepper pot. This sea moss is what makes it thicken. Okay, so how you're going to do this sea moss is that you're going to maybe get about 1/4 pound of sea moss, 1/4 pound of it, and you're going to wash it overnight. Wash it, soak it overnight, and that's to get rid of the salt from the sea moss. Let it soak overnight, and then you're going to boil it the next day in about a pint of water. It's going to gel, and then you put that one side. Right? You're going to need 2 pints of water for this pepper pot. Okay, so here's what you do. First, you add your wet ingredients, which is your water. Okay, you put your water in. You add your chunks, your vegetable steak, and your chocolates in the pot. Okay. You add your spices. Right. After it starts to boil, you add your spices. Like that's your spice and your clove. You put your aniseed in there. Okay. You add your salt and your casrip. And you allow that to just kind of simmer down, let it simmer for a while. And when you simmer it, maybe half an hour or so, you let it simmer. And after it simmers, then you're going to add your pepper, your oil, your broadleaf thyme, your fine leaf thyme, and your sea moss. Okay? Once you add those ingredients, you allow the pot to simmer, not high heat, but you put it down on a low heat and allow it to simmer until you get it to the texture you want it, and you of course be tasting it to make sure it tastes the way you want it to taste. Okay, and that's it. That's it. You cook it for about maybe another 45 minutes or so, and that should be a pepper pot. All right. So you make sure that you have it to the consistency with the sea moss. You'll be adding your sea moss to get the consistency or the thickness that you want this pepper pot to be. Okay, I'm not going to tell you where to get your bread from, but you could probably bake your own bread, right? But you would add your ingredients and allow it to simmer or cook, right? Slowly until you get it to the texture that you want it to be. Okay? Now this pepper pot is going to be awesome. And if you make it like I suggest, then you wouldn't go wrong with it. Okay? What I learned about pepper pot and other things is that if everyone makes the pepper pot, even though they follow the same ingredients and they do the same thing, it doesn't come out the same way. I guess because of the pot, maybe because of the chef or the cook, maybe the stove, maybe I don't know what it is. But the pepper pot normally wouldn't taste the same way, even if you make it with the same ingredients for some reason. It should come out the same way. It should taste the same way because you're doing the same ingredient. You're following the same mold, basically. Right? So that is your pepper pot formula. And then we're going to have the black cake and the chunks, the veggie garlic chunks. Maybe I should give you the veggie garlic chunks now because this one takes a little time before it's ready. Okay, so we'll save the black cake for next week, but we'll give out the veggie garlic chunks today, and then we will have already given the pepper pot, right? So I hope you're writing these things down. I'll go over once again the pepper pot formula. Okay, there's half a pound of chunks, 1 tin of the veggie steak, 1 tin of the veggie chocolates. You can also add your own veggie meats if you want. Some persons also add things like breadfruit and all sorts of things to it. They make their own stuff with that, but this formula doesn't include breadfruit because breadfruit has a taste that can alter what your food should taste like, right? But you're going to use your chunks, your steak, and your chocolates, your casrip, right? You're going to get maybe a pint of casrip, your 1 ounce of spice or cinnamon, your half ounce of clove, your orange peel of 1 orange, 1 ounce of star aniseed, your half a tablespoon of salt, your pepper, I suggest a real pepper, your 6 leaves of broadleaf thyme. I normally add my broadleaf thyme in the end. I don't add it early. I add it in the end when everything else is in, and it is just simmering away, and you're absorbing that nice taste or nice fragrance from the thyme into the food, right? Then you would add your 1/4 ounce of fine leaf thyme, your oil, right? Maybe a 1/4 pint or so of oil, depending on how much. This is depending on how much pepper pot you're making, okay? And you will add your sea moss in your water, your 2 pints of water, right? Now the veggie garlic chunks is a very interesting formula that uh, I think you would love. This I love. I make this and I keep this in my refrigerator, and maybe all year I would just take a piece or take a couple of pieces and I would eat. Okay. Now you want to get half a pound of the veggie chicken or beef chunks, right? Half a pound. This is not a whole lot. If you want to make more, then you double the ingredients. Okay? But half a pound of the veggie chicken and half a pound of the veggie beef, right? That's the white one and then the brown one, half a pound each. Okay, half a pound of garlic. You want to get pepper to taste the pepper that you want, how hot you want it to be. Again, I suggest the riri pepper. And you want to get vinegar, right? Now, the vinegar is to cover the chunks to soak and to help to distribute the other ingredients into the chunks, right? What the vinegar does, it works like a transporter, okay? Because you want the garlic to get into the chunks. You want the pepper to get into the chunks. And the vinegar is like a transporter to get those into the chunks, okay? You let that soak for 7 days, all right? 7 days you want that to soak for. You want to check it, make sure you stir it and have it balanced, with the soaking, so that everything will get into every piece of the meats, right? Now you also want to get about maybe half an ounce or 1 ounce, depending on how much you make, of the thyme, broadleaf thyme again, right? You get the broadleaf thyme and you get the fine leaf thyme. I normally chip up the broadleaf thyme, and I also just get some fine leaf thyme, maybe a quarter of an ounce fine leaf thyme, maybe about 6 leaves of the broadleaf thyme, and I would just dice up the broadleaf thyme. And what I would do is not add that. You don't want to add that yet. You want to add that when you are cooking the veggie garlic chunks, after you would have soaked it and gotten it to the point where you want it to, you want that to be the taste you want, right? But 7 days normally works. And what you would do now to prepare it, you have to get some oil, okay, a little bit of oil, right? Not a lot of oil, and I would suggest maybe coconut oil because it's safer, right? But you would want to get the coconut oil, put it one side, not a lot, because you don't want to fry this thing. You want to sort of stew it, You want it to cook without too much of an oil inside. Don't fry it. Don't fry the thing, right? Now, what you're going to do, you're going to squeeze out as much of the vinegar out of the soaked chunks as much as you can. Squeeze it out, okay? You put it one side. When you squeeze it, you put it one side. And when you finished all of it, then you would put the oil in the pan. Of course, you heat it. And then you would put that soaked, squeezed chunks into the pan. Be careful you're putting it in because, you're mixing oil with some liquid like from the vinegar, right? So you don't want the oil to be frying hot. As long as it starts to warm, you can start adding the chunks in there, okay? Add it, and you could stir fry it. Now, what I would also do, I would get maybe some fresh garlic, maybe about half of the head of a garlic, right? And I would dice it up nice and fine. And when the garlic chunks is being fried, I would add that garlic in there, and then I would add my thyme. I would add my pepper if I need more, right? But you soak it with pepper, so the pepper is already in there, right? But if you want some more pepper, you could add some fresh pepper, and you stir fry that. You just keep stir frying it until it's dry. It must be nice and dry, not dry, but nice and dry. A little bit of moisture in there, but when it's cooked and it's done, you may get some of it that is brown. Some will become, the white ones will become a little brown, and the brown ones will already be brown, but they'll be cooked. Now, when you finish frying that, or not frying, when you finish stirring that together, okay, you keep stirring it so that the ingredients will balance the entire amount. When that is finished, you turn that thing off and you cover it, okay? You allow it to cool in the pot, but don't let all of that nice odor come out of the pot. You cover it and allow it to go wrong in there, right? The fragrance must go wrong in there. And when it's cool, you try that. I get a toothpick and I stick it in one and I just kind of taste it. And I promise you, Now, some people like to put salt in it, but I don't really put any salt, you know. But if you want to, you could add a little salt in it while you're frying it. You want to use iodized sea salt if possible. But what happens there is that the salt tends to lift the flavor, right? It tends to lift it. And when that is done, my friends, it may not last long in the house. I promise you, it may not last long in the house because everyone who eats that is going to want more. I promise you that, right? I've never had anyone who had this that didn't want more. Okay, so that is your veggie garlic chunk. This is the vegetarian garlic pork, if I can say that, right? And the earlier one was a veggie pear pot for those who opposite to the ones that are meat eaters, okay, flesh eaters, right? So there you have it. You got your garlic chunks, you got the veggie pear pot, and that's all I'm going to give you today, right? Don't look for nothing. You're getting black cake today. Black cake coming next week, okay? Because you're ready to make no cake yet, right? So I'm going to ask my operator to just take a little break, and when I come back, we're going to open the lines. We're going to take some calls, and I'll try to answer as many calls as possible. I don't see my operator. Maybe she's doing something. But we wanted to take a break, and then the number will go up, and the number will go up, and then we take some calls, and we'll see what we can do to help you with if it's questions about your pepper pot or your garlic. Don't ask me for no black cake recipe today. You ain't getting it. If you want to ask about the garlic chunks, anything else in there, we can talk about it. The pepper pot, we can talk about it. Or if you want to talk about the COVID a little bit, we can talk a little bit about that. But my operator is going to do an ad break, and then when I come back, we're going to open the lines, and we're going to take some calls, right? The number is 231-6477. It's going to be on the screen. So you will see it up there, and you're going to make your call. Stay tuned.
Looking for a place for the whole family? Come down to the Toucan Mall in Amelia's Ward, Linden. It's the mall that has it all. We have great food, a relaxing atmosphere, and activities for all ages. Tennis, swimming, and a playground. But the fun doesn't stop after dark. There's even a bar and an arcade. And if you aren't ready to go home yet, we've even got a spacious room for your comfort, complete with air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and a private bathroom. The Toucan Mall can also facilitate your event in our spacious conference hall. We also have a theater with films for the entire family. It's the Toucan Mall located in Amelia's Ward, Linden. Looking for a place for the whole family? Come down to the Toucan Mall in Amelia's Ward, Linden. It's the mall that has it all. We have great food, a relaxing atmosphere, and activities for all ages. Tennis, swimming, and a playground. But the fun doesn't stop after dark. There's even a bar and an arcade. And if you aren't ready to go home yet, we've even got a spacious room for your comfort, complete with air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and a private bathroom. The Toucan Mall can also facilitate your event in our spacious conference hall. We also have a theater with films for the entire family. It's the Toucan Mall located in Amelia's Ward, Linden.
Alrighty, that was a quick ad break there, and I hope you enjoy your formula for your veggie garlic chunks and your veggie pear pot. Now, what I'm going to do sometime in the future, is that we're going to have a veggie pepper pot garlic chunks Christmas competition. We're going to see who makes the best, and we're going to have them to have an award of some sort. maybe a little trophy or some medal from the center here. All right. So practice to make your chunks and your black cake and your pepper pot because we're gonna have some good things coming down the road for you in store, right? Maybe you have a champion trophy and all that sort of thing. Okay. Now we're trying to employ this new formula here of taking calls where I am. So the number will be on the screen, and you can call the number, and I'm going to answer you. Okay? You call that 231-6477 number with your questions, and I will take your call, and we'll see how best we could answer your questions. Right? Um, until you call, I just want to mention that many of the plans that we've had, uh, which we used or employed Christmas season around this time, had to be postponed because of the COVID-19 situation. So we're not going to have the Christmas tree light up this year. We're not going to have the Christmas giveaway this year, and it's really sad because the kids are expecting that, right? Let's see if we can take a call here. Good evening. Good evening.
Hi, good evening, Doc.
Good evening to you. You are the first caller of the new experiment.
Yeah.
Congratulations.
Okay, yeah. With the veggie pepper pot, with the what you do with the pig, you soak it down with the vinegar.
No. That is the veggie garlic chunks you soak with the vinegar, not the
Yeah,
pepper
that is
pot.
what you're soaking down with the vinegar.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. Yes.
Okay, for how much days?
7 days.
7 days.
And then you would squeeze it out,
Yeah.
and then you continue with the process.
Okay. I hope it will come out so great for you.
Let me tell you, that thing is so tasty. Yeah, when I make that, I allow that thing to last me almost 1 year.
What?
Yes, because I just take one every day or two every day,
Yeah. Okay, thank you. Have a blessed night.
You too. You're welcome.
Okay.
Bye bye. That was very good. That's successful. That works. That's wonderful. So we can do it from here like that. Good evening.
Um,
Good evening.
Good evening. I want to know where you can get it that you take to buy and it's chocolate.
All right. There's a number that I will have to get to make this available to you.
Okay.
I don't have it in front of me here, but it is a good question. I should have had it here. Maybe I can get the number.
Okay, because I've been to supermarkets and I've never seen the veggie cakes or chocolates for the regular supermarket.
Yeah, the normal supermarket wouldn't have that.
They would have it?
Fiona number. They wouldn't have that. No. The normal supermarket wouldn't have that. But I'm going to give you a number that you can call.
Yeah.
And you should be able to get it there, okay?
And the CMOS too, right?
The CMOS you can get from here, at the clinic here.
Okay.
Right, in Kitty.
Okay.
We used to have these products here, but there's been some changes. But call this number, 699
699
5407.
5407.
And ask for Fiona, okay?
Fiona. Okay, thank you.
You're welcome. Thanks for calling. Yes, call this number to get your chunks and your veggie steak and your chocolates and your soy milk and all of those things. Call Fiona at 699-5407. Right? Your CMOS, you can pick it up here at the clinic. We have CMOS here, and you can buy by the ounce, so it's okay. Right? So you call for your chunks and your other items for the pepper pot and garlic chunks. Fiona at 699-5407. Good evening.
Good evening, Doctor.
Good evening to you.
Is it a regular I've been listening to your program?
The So thank you.
And if
Thank
you
you.
see me, you're going to know me. Many years ago, since you were 50, oh, this by the way. Could you give me a brief rundown about shingles?
Shingles. Okay. Now,
I'll come off the phone and listen to the
oh,
TV.
okay. Very good. Very
Thank
good.
you.
Now, shingles is a byproduct of the herpes virus. And shingles is a very, very disgusting condition. It's a virus that you don't want to get shingles. You don't want to get shingles. But what shingles is saying to you is that your immune system has been compromised. Okay? So what you want to do, there's nothing you can do really externally to stop that. You have to work inside. You have to enhance your immune system. You have to get antioxidants of high quality. We have them here at the clinic. The same number you can call back tomorrow and they'll give you some advice on that. But you can pick up your antioxidants here, and you've got to really build yourself up with antioxidants to the point where you can destroy the shingles. Okay, it's a byproduct of the herpes virus, and um, I don't want. I look. I don't want to get that, and I hate that someone would have to get that. But it's really disgusting. But it's a byproduct of the herpes virus. Okay, so what it's saying to you again is that your immune system has been compromised, it's weakened, and because you had the virus inside of you, right? You would have gotten it either from chicken pox or maybe you picked it up from someone or somehow. Once it's in your body, it's a very disgusting virus to get rid of. You can get rid of it, but it takes a lot of work. I dread dealing with these viruses, but we deal with them every day, and we've helped a lot of people to overcome them. But if you don't do the right things and follow the rules, then it just gets worse. Okay? Hope that answers the question with that. All right? Now, I like what is happening. I really like this because um, it means that we can do our program just the same way here forever until we stop. I like that. I was told that the audio is very good, which is excellent. Um, I guess the video is also good, so my operator is going to have less physical visibility of myself, which you'll have to fix somehow. She won't be seeing me hardly now because of what we just discovered here that is working. But the bottom line is to get the information out to you and to be able to transmit without any difficulties. Okay, we were missing the audio side of our program, the call inside, but I'm glad to see that it's working and it's working well enough too. So you can call your questions. I'm here to answer until we sign off. We have a few more minutes, right? Another 50 minutes or so, and hopefully we'll be able to answer as many questions as possible. Now I know what happens with the lines too; it jams, but I'm not programming it. I'm not doing it. So if you get busy tones, it's not because we're doing anything. It's because probably the lines are jammed. Okay. Anyhow, back to what we were talking about. I think that persons can and should, not deny themselves of the benefits of the festive season. You just don't want to do it lavishly because of the fact that we have a situation that's out there. I would not say anymore that it's a pandemic. Okay, I would not call it a pandemic anymore because it is toned down quite a bit. But it is out there, and you can still be harmed by the coronavirus, by the effects of the coronavirus. Like I said before, it's been around for many years. This is a different strain of the virus, and you will have persons with symptoms of the virus, and you will have persons without the symptoms of the virus. So you don't know who have it. Just practice your safe distancing and wearing of your mask and washing of your hands and sanitizing as you should. Those type of things. Okay, so don't take it for granted and don't get careless. Don't drop your guards. All right, don't drop your guards because when you least expect it, you could be affected. Okay? When you're least expected, you can be affected. All right? Uh, I don't know what we're going to do about the curfew situation. And it seems like it's pretty lapsed because uh, persons are on the road as if nothing is happening, and the seawall is always loaded with people, and it's almost like business as usual. So I would say just don't get involved too much. Okay. Good evening. Good evening to you. Can you hear me? Hello. Are you hearing me? Hello. Are you hearing me? Okay, I don't know what happened there, but I don't want to type your line or type this one. I know it works because we've done it a few times already. Maybe that caller had a little difficulty or a little problem. Yes, so just don't get careless. Okay, I don't want any of you to be lost in any way as a result of any carelessness or careless behavior. There are lots of things I wanted to talk about tonight, but because we are so um, involved in testing our new way of doing things, I'm just kind of observing and just taking up, looking to see what changes we need to make, if anything, and we make those adjustments along the way. All right, but Christmas is coming. I don't care what you say, it's coming. Those who believe in Christmas, some people don't. We're going to be working until the 18th. That will be our last work day for the year. Right? Just want you to know that we're going to be working at the clinic until the 18th, and then we'll be closed until early January. Right? Maybe the second week or so in January. So we're going to give ourselves a break. We're going to give the staff a break, and hopefully you too will get a break. Good evening. Good evening. Hello. I'm not sure what's happening here, but hello. Good evening. No, maybe the caller has a problem. The caller may have a problem with his phone. You've got to turn your volume down. Turn your volume down and listen to the phone, okay? Good evening.
Good evening, Dr. Haynes.
Good evening to you, my dear. How are you?
I am doing fine.
Wonderful. Wonderful. How can I help you?
I don't have a question. I'm just checking to make sure that the line is working properly.
Yes, the line is working properly. Very good.
Okay.
Thank you for calling.
Bye-bye.
Bye-bye. Yeah, it's our line. It's not our we don't have a problem with the line. Maybe when you call the number, I would like you to listen to the phone. Okay? Don't listen to your television. Turn the volume of your television down. You have to do that. Okay? And listen to your phone. If you want to listen to the television, then you need to walk away from the television because others may be looking at it. And you ask the questions, and in another room maybe, or another part of the home, or wherever you are. And that way we don't get the feedback, and we don't get the echoes, because I heard the echoes. So maybe that's what's happening, right? But the lines are working fine, and we're okay with that. Okay? Like I was saying, we are going to be closed. The last work day will be the 18th of December. So we have a few more days, 1 week and a few more days, right? Good evening.
Good evening to you, Dr.
Good evening to you, brother. How are you doing? Listen to your phone. Don't listen to your television.
you. I'm not listening to the television.
Okay. How are you doing?
I'm from West America.
Very good. Wonderful. Wonderful.
I'm
Nice.
trying to get down to the past 5 years.
Say it again.
Suffering, pain, like that. That is it.
What is happening with you? Hello?
Uh,
Can you repeat what you said, please?
Okay.
Can you repeat what you said? Well, I'm gonna hang up because I'm not hearing anything from you, or you're not saying anything, so I don't know what is happening. Okay? I'm sorry we're not able to continue with the silence. But I heard you in the beginning, and then I stopped hearing you, so I don't know what is the situation there. But I'd love to help you with whatever it is you have. Good evening.
Good evening, Dr. Haynes.
Yes, could you speak and let me know how I can help you?
I don't have no value. I've been trying to get down there for the last 5 years.
Okay, so you're on to me now. How can I help you?
I'm suffering from pain in both legs.
Okay, are you walking?
Trying to
Are you able to walk? Hello? I don't know. It's a West Demara call, so maybe there's some problems with the airways. But I will try to help you on off air. Okay? Now, if you have problems with pain in your legs, it could be a number of things. It could be maybe rheumatoid arthritis. It could be osteoporosis. I don't know if you had a stroke or not. It could be a number of things, but for the most part, what we found is that persons who are unable to walk without pain have a serious deficiency of minerals. Okay? They have a very serious deficiency of minerals and also collagen or the gooey-like matter that goes between the joints. Okay, so what you need to do first of all is maybe have yourself looked at, make an appointment, call the same number, get a time schedule, you come in, we will screen you, and then we will be able to see really if it's osteoporosis, if it's polyarthritis, if it's rheumatoid arthritis, or whatever it might be, and then we could take it from there. Okay, I hope that I was able to, shed some light on the situation. I don't suggest painkillers only because painkillers are temporary, right? They're not permanent. They're only to help to relieve inflammation, which causes the pain. But what needs to happen is that we need to get to the bottom of what's causing your pain and try to fix that, and then you'll be better. Okay? I hope I was able to answer your question there. All right, let's get back to what we're saying here. Um, we're going to be closed on the 18th. We will not reopen until sometime in January. We'll put that on a board, which you will be able to see, hopefully, if you have to show up. And maybe we have a time at the uh, next program. We may have a time when we will reopen. Okay, that way you know when we will reopen. But at least I know that we are going to be working. The last work day for this year is the 18th of December. Right? Today is the 3rd. You have another 2 weeks where we could see what we can do to help in whatever way, so you can have maybe a good holiday season without too much pain. All right? So for those of you who are scheduled to come to the clinic, keep your schedules. If you can't make it, call us and let us know that you're having some difficulty, and we'll see how best we can assist you. All right? missed that one. Yes, the other thing I wanted to say to you is that you need to remember that even though this is a Christmas season, don't forget that you are having problems if you do have some problems. Don't overdo things. If you have hypertension and diabetes, you're supposed to stay away from certain things. Don't live as if Christmas is the end of the world, right? Or the end of your time. After Christmas, after the holiday season, there's life. Okay? You don't want to create a situation or worsen a situation by overdoing with alcohol, with the cakes, with the pepper pots, with the activity. Okay? Keep in mind that there's life after Christmas, and that you need to live somehow, a healthy life than the year before here now. Many of you would have made many promises of what you're going to do for the year, things you're going to achieve for the year. Many of you would have set out, made all sorts of promises to yourselves and maybe to your friends about what you're going to do, and I hope that you would have achieved some of it or all of it, okay? Good evening.
I can't understand why I can't get you.
You're speaking with me, sir. Are you hearing me? Hello?
Hello?
I'm hearing you, and I answered your question on the television.
Very, very low. But I don't know if you're listening to me.
Okay, just call the number in the morning, and then we will try to help you, okay?
May I call you some other time?
Call back the number in the morning, okay?
Thank you very much.
You're welcome. I answered. I tried to give you some advice on the television because you had some issues with the volume, and maybe you didn't. Maybe you missed it. Okay. Yes. So this was a very good and successful experiment that we've had. I'm very pleased with it. I know my operator is also, and this means that we've achieved another milestone. And there will be some more changes. There are going to be some more changes, but for the better. Okay? And for those of you who have your situations or your concerns or your illnesses, remember, disease is not a part of a normal situation. It's a dis-ease. Okay? Dis-ease. If you spell the word like I'm pronouncing it, you will realize that it's disease, but it's a dis-ease, meaning that it should be something that happened as a result of maybe something you did wrong, but it's a temporary situation. Sickness is not permanent. Sickness should not be permanent, but if you fail to follow the instructions and you fail to follow the rules, then you're going to have a problem. All right? My friends, I wish that you would try very hard to live healthy lives. Try very hard to be good to each other. Try to live lives that can keep you from becoming a victim of some illness. And try to remember that sickness is not normal. Okay? Sickness is not normal. Disease is not normal. All right? We're finding more and more persons with sexually transmitted diseases, which is not a good thing. Some of it happened long ago, and we're now discovering it because you're now coming, and we're now finding it. It doesn't mean that it's the end of the road for you. It just needs to be treated. That way you could clean yourself up and get yourself going again. We're not finding as many persons with the coronavirus now as we did in the past, which is a very good thing because we want that to be, minimal as possible, if any at all. Okay? All right. Well, I want to wish you well for the weekend. Have a wonderful weekend. I want to hope and wish that you would enjoy your formula that you got for your pepper pot and your garlic chunks. I know that once you follow the rules, and you follow the format, that you will have a successful um, product. Okay? Until next time or next week, Dr. is saying good night. God bless all of you. Thank you, my operator, my dear operator. Everything went well as far as I'm concerned, and I know you're pleased with it too. God bless you. Thank you, Channel 2. So long, until we meet again. One
Looking
love.
for a place for the whole family? Come down to the Toucan Mall in Amelia's Ward, Linden. It's the mall that has it all. We have great food, a relaxing atmosphere, and activities for all ages. Tennis,
What was it,
swimming,
Oliver?
and a playground. But the fun doesn't stop after dark. There's even a bar and an arcade. And if you aren't ready to go home yet, we've even got a spacious room for your comfort, complete with air conditioning, Wi-Fi, and a private bathroom. The Toucan Mall can also facilitate your event in our spacious conference hall. We also have a theater with films for the entire family. It's the Toucan Mall located in Amelia's Ward, Linden.